Look, most people are still spending years and honestly tens of thousands of dollars chasing traditional degrees. They're locking up all their early capital hoping for some vague payoff down the line. But if you actually treat your career like a business, you've got to demand the ultimate return on investment, right? In 2026, the absolute highest earners aren't hoarding academic credentials. They are aggressively acquiring 10 specific, highly leveraged skills. So today, we're diving into this explainer to break down the ultimate human capital allocation strategy. And you'll want to stick around because the number one skill on this list, the absolute highest ROI capability you can have, is going to be a total surprise in an era dominated by complex tech. Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room, the college degree. We've all been taught that taking on massive debt for a 4-year degree is the only safe bet. But when you actually look at the data, the opportunity cost is staggering. You're not just losing the tuition money, you are literally losing 4 prime years of earning potential and market compounding. So thinking like an executive allocating resources, we really have to ask, is this traditional route even required anymore to hit financial independence? Well, the source material is crystal clear here. No, it's absolutely not required. In a hyper-agile market like ours, tying up your initial capital and years of your life for a static piece of paper is just becoming a really low-yield investment. The market moves way too fast. By the time a college curriculum gets approved, the skills it teaches are already outdated. Today's economy demands agility, rapid adaptation, and direct, measurable value creation. It's like this. The modern C-suite allocates budget based on one thing and one thing only: performance. Companies have completely shifted away from chasing those sunk cost certificates and vanity metrics. Instead, they're paying purely for tangible results. The business world wants immediate ROI. If you can solve a problem, cut overhead, or boost the bottom line, nobody cares where you went to school. They only care about the results you can deliver right now. So let's break down the first phase of this human capital strategy. These are the frontline assets that capture market share, filling spots 10 through 7. We call these the digital creatives. At number 10, video editing. In our attention economy, short-form video is the absolute top-of-funnel driver. A great editor doesn't just cut clips. They engineer retention, driving millions of organic impressions that would otherwise cost an absolute fortune in ad spend. Then at number 9, copywriting. This is the art of conversion. Good copy turns a casual browser into a paying buyer, lifting conversion rates without touching the marketing budget. Add in graphic design at number 8 and social media management at number 7, and you've got your digital storefront and engagement engines. These are the foundational assets every brand absolutely needs to capture and hold consumer attention. But hey, capturing attention is really just half the battle. Now we transition from the assets that build an audience into the highly leveraged skills that directly convert that attention into capital, starting right in the middle at number 6. Sales. It's still one of the highest paid skills in the world. And from an ROI perspective, the reason is obvious. It's the ultimate cash flow engine. A skilled closer immediately impacts the bottom line and expands profit margins without adding massive overhead. If you can sit across from a prospect, pinpoint their pain points, and close a high-ticket enterprise deal, your earning potential is basically limitless. You're not just an employee. You are the economic lifeblood of the organization. Companies will always aggressively compensate the people who actually bring the revenue through the door. Moving on to number 5, we step away from traditional sales and into some incredible technological leverage that's fundamentally reshaping modern business. AI content creation. Businesses are practically scrambling to integrate artificial intelligence to scale up their output. But here's the catch. The raw tools alone are basically useless without an operator. An executive doesn't just want a writer, they want an operator who can use AI to take one core message and scale it into 50 localized assets in a single afternoon. That is infinite leverage. When you mix sophisticated AI tools with human creativity and strategic direction, you become an absolute efficiency powerhouse, generating massive output while keeping overhead near zero. Now, stepping back to the foundational infrastructure that actually houses all this revenue generation and technological scale, we hit number 4. Web development. Developers command massive premium salaries for a very simple reason. They are building high-converting digital real estate. Every single business, from a tiny, lean startup to a Fortune 500 giant, relies on a rock-solid online presence. A highly optimized, blazing fast site drastically drops bounce rates and directly boosts the ROI of every single marketing dollar. It's the digital foundation where all the transactions ultimately happen. If that infrastructure cracks, the entire business bleeds money. That's exactly why top-tier developers remain such an indispensable, high-yield investment. And all of this boils down to a fundamental economic truth of our era: traffic equals money. It's a stark, simple equation.
If you control the pipeline of human attention, you literally control the flow of capital. Attention is the new oil, guys, and the ability to direct that attention toward a specific product or offer is hands down the single most valuable capability in the digital marketplace.
Which naturally brings us to monetizing that pipeline of traffic, moving into the top 3 highest leverage skills available today.
Digital marketing. This is where we start talking heavily about customer acquisition cost versus lifetime value. If you have the analytical and creative chops to spend $1 on advertising to acquire a customer who then generates $5 in lifetime value, well, you've essentially built a money printing machine. You're delivering a massive, quantifiable return on investment. Executives will happily hand you unlimited budgets if your campaigns can consistently acquire profitable traffic and scale revenue. Digital marketers are the true architects of growth here.
Getting incredibly close to the top spot now. We hit the ultimate margin expander and operational game changer at number 2.
AI automation. If you want to talk ROI to a board of directors, this is exactly what they want to hear. Imagine a complex client onboarding pipeline that used to take 3 people an entire week to manage. Now imagine using AI workflows to fully automate that entire process, making it instant, error-free, and practically costless. By eliminating that kind of operational bottleneck, you ruthlessly cut costs and your value to the company's profit margin goes completely through the roof. People who can build automated systems that effortlessly handle complex busy work are in unbelievably high demand right now. And finally, we reach the number 1 skill. The ultimate multiplier that might completely surprise you in an age so utterly obsessed with algorithms and code. It's communication. In a world of automated workflows and digital scale, human communication is the ultimate alpha. It is the profound soft skill that exponentially multiplies the effectiveness of every single technical hard skill we just talked about. Think about it. You can build the most sophisticated AI automation system in the world or the most brilliant marketing funnel. But if you cannot communicate its ROI to the board, negotiate the contract to build it, or lead the team to execute it, it's functionally worthless. Whether you're closing a massive enterprise deal or leading a global workforce, exceptional, clear communication is what actually drives the final result. It is the ultimate ROI accelerator. So, what's your strategic roadmap? The blueprint from the source material is all about ruthless focus. You do not need to dilute your efforts and spread your capital thin trying to learn all 10 of these skills. Instead, here's a wonderfully actionable strategy for the next year. Step 1. Pick just one single skill that aligns with your strengths. Step 2. Master it deeply to the point of undeniable competence. And Step 3. Stay consistent with it. Consolidate your focus to guarantee the highest possible return on your educational investment, turning yourself into an absolute must-have asset. So think like a CEO managing the most important high-yield asset you have, yourself. Which single skill will you master to completely change your financial future? We are moving into an economy that severely punishes stagnation but richly rewards leverage. Make that strategic decision today. Take control of your human capital, execute relentlessly on delivering tangible results, and start building your 2026 blueprint right now.